Hey guys, let's start with new chapter of Loyal Pin Volume 2, Chapter 33. Waves rush to the shore. From the large window in the attic bedroom at the top of Pretty Ferrum Palace Tower, Princess Anil could see the entire west side of the palace, including a beautiful garden surrounded by well-decorated tropical plants. From this vantage point, Princess Anil could clearly see a man and a woman, Lord Quackit and Lady Pilantita. Their conversation seemed to go on for a while. Every time Lady Pilantata tried to leave and walk towards the front of the palace, Lord Kuakat would intercept her and start a new conversation. Princess Anil couldn't understand the content or gist of their discussion at all. It was the first time Princess Anil realized that Lord Kuakat might have more opportunities to be with Pilantita than she did. In the past, Princess Anil had only pretended to ignore the favoritism showed to Lord Kuakat by the Vice Prince and the Princess Padmika. Aside from Lord Goa, who seems to be accepted by everyone, Lady Pin would also make a great match. Princess Anil remained seated on the room floor next to the window until she saw Prick come and take Pilantita back to the palace, leaving Lord Goa standing alone. Princess Anil kept her forehead resting on the window sill, watching Lord Goa silently for a long time, refusing to move. At that moment, the young man appeared quite upset, kicking and venting his anger at the Chinese box bush until flowers and leaves scattered everywhere. Bad temper, Princess Anil thought as she watched Lord Goa through the window under the tower. He seemed very different from the image Princess Anil had imagined. The timid and weak young man who had been annoying and bullied had vanished. Shortly after, Lord Goa took a deep breath and disappeared into the palace hall where faint music could be heard, indicating that dancing was taking place. There was a loud knock on the door, which startled Princess Anil and snapped her out of her thoughts. She quickly left the window and opened the door to find Plantita standing there. Just as she expected, Plantita was holding a tray with a small glass of white pills and a glass of tea, as usual. Please come in, Princess Anil said, gently touching Plantita's arm and quietly locking the bedroom door behind them. Has anyone seen you? Princess Anil asked. No, I used the secret staircase, Plantita replied, referring to the small staircase from the tower that leads to the basement without using the main staircase. Do you have to sneak around like that? Princess Anil asked, surprised. I'm worried. Someone might see me, Plantita said, placing the medicine tray on the nightstand and turning on the lamp to illuminate the room softly. Did anyone notice you? Princess Anil asked. No, I sneaked away from the banquet and told everyone I was going to bed, Plantita replied. What about Prick? I told her to guard the entrance to the room. If I didn't come back soon, she could go to bed. Plantita blushed slightly, indicated how much she had helped Princess Anil. Then Prick probably went to bed once you started coming up. She's quick-witted, Princess Anil said, chuckling. Don't tease me, Anil, Plantita protested, her voice tinged with embarrassment. If you keep teasing me, I'll go back downstairs and sleep now. Princess Anil responded by hugging Pilantita gently. Then Pilantita buried her face in Princess Anil's chest without any intention of going back downstairs. As she had just said, your body feels cold. Have you been outside? Princess Anil asked, her heart still full of doubts. I went to search for medicine in the car. I remembered that I had kept the medicine you used in a small bag, but I couldn't find it in the suitcase. So I checked the car and found it on the back seat. I think it was when I was looking for balm for Prick's car sickness. You're sweet, but were you alone? Why didn't you ask Prick to help you look for it? At that time, Prick was dancing with Pronoth. I was worried and couldn't wait. I was afraid you might get a headache and fever, Plantita replied, reaching up to touch Princess Anil's forehead with concern. But I saw Kunkua talking with you, Princess Anil said, losing patience and getting straight to the point. Princess Anil no longer hesitated and blurted out a question about the conversation she had been thinking about. What were you talking about? Plantita's eyes widened in surprise. She glanced towards the curtain in the large floor to the ceiling window. which was slightly open, allowing speculations about the situation. Kunkua came to block my way, Plantita said, taking Princess Anil's wrist to sit on the bedside. I ignored the conversation because I was very angry with him. Why are you angry with him? I'm angry because he doesn't seem to listen to anything. How does he not seem to listen to anything? Can you tell me? He invited me to walk on the beach, but I told him I didn't want to go because it was late at night. Then he kept asking if it could be tomorrow morning. I was annoyed, so I stayed quiet, and he remained quiet too. But when I tried to walk away, he stepped in front of me to block my path. This behavior is very annoying, Princess Anil said, her beautiful face showing disdain. She despised Lord Guakat's behavior, which was far from acceptable. Yes, I don't like it either. He was so persistent about dancing that even the vice prince had to intervene. That's not good. Princess Anil's eyes looked stern, a side Palantita hadn't seen before. I'm really jealous of you. Palantita felt anxious when she saw Princess Anil's mood darken. Please don't be mad at me, love. I don't want any of it. Gently, Plantita ran her finger across Princess Anil's lips. You're all I think about. Seeing Princess Anil still looking down, Plantita leaned in and planted a soft kiss on her cheek. Is your headache still bothering you? Yes, it is. Let me help you take some medicine. Could you feed it to me? I feel too weak, Anil said. If the illness is just a pretense to avoid trouble, Princess Anil took the chance to make it seem more believable by pretending to take the medicine obediently. Lady Pilantita not only brings the medicine to her lips, but also follows Anil's every request willingly at this moment. Can I rest my head on your lap? Hearing the soft, sweet voice of her beloved, Pilantita couldn't refuse Princess Anil. Before she could even respond, Princess Anil had already nestled her head in Pilantita's warm lap. You're as persuasive as a child, Pilantita said gently as she stroked Princess Anil's dark hair. Can you plead like this just for me? Pilantita opens up about her feelings, and she kept hidden in her old journal to Princess Anil because she doesn't want Princess Anil to be overly kind to everyone as she is today. Of course, Khunpen, Princess Anil softly replied, reaching out to kiss Pilantita's delicate hand. Did you know that I gave myself to you alone? Princess Anil guides Pilantita's hands to her chest before. And what about you? Princess Anil whispered to the owner of the warm lap. I'm yours. Why are you asking, knowing that? Pilantita's hand moved from the princess' hair to her cheeks. She smiled as she saw Princess Anil smiling back at her. I don't want our relation to be just words without meaning, Princess Anil said as she lifted her herself from Pilantita's lap. Pilantita watched as Princess Anil moved to suitcase and picked something from a small bag before sitting back beside her. I wanted to give this to you later when it's more appropriate, Princess Anil said, placing a navy blue velvet box between them. But Lord Kua's behavior upset me. Anil, Pilantita struggled to control her emotions. At that moment, Pilantita's heart raced with anticipation as she wondered about the contents of the velvet box. I want everyone to know that you belong to someone, Princess Anil said as she revealed the contents of the box, a dazzling diamond ring set in platinum. Despite the soft light in the room, the ring sparkled brightly. Will you accept this ring, Kunpen? Princess Anil asked. Pilantita's voice trembled as she struggled with conflicting emotions. Her happiness at receiving such a coveted item clashed with her sense of propriety. Anil, Pilantita hesitated, unsure how to respond to this unexpected gesture. Please accept all my feelings through this ring, Princess Anil pleaded. Princess Anil gently touched Pilantita's hand, almost as if reaching for something out of reach. Pilantita felt uncomfortable seeing the princess plead, as if she were of lower status for so long. Despite her inner conflict, Pilantita wholeheartedly accepted Princess Anil's proposal. Yes, I will accept all of your feelings, Pilantita replied sincerely. Princess Anel smiled warmly as she slid the ring onto Pilantita's left ring finger with a gentle gesture. Pilantita felt immense happiness as Princess Anel kissed the ring and pulled them back. Princess Anel kissed the ring and then pulled her close. It feels like a dream, Pilantita said, her voice trembling. Is it a good dream? Princess Anel asked. Yes, it's a wonderful dream, Pilantita replied, embracing Princess Anel tightly. I once dreamed of us being together. From now on, until we grow old, till death do us apart, someday, I'll be the one giving you a ring, Pilantita whispered softly next to Princess Anel's ears. I will wait for that, Princess Anel whispered back before kissing gently behind Pilantita's ear. Pilantita, in Princess Anel's embrace, tilted her head to receive each tender touch. She bit her lip as Princess Anel playfully nibbled her earlobe. Unconsciously, Pilantita's hand moved to the back of the Princess Anel's head, drawing her closer with desire. Princess Anel responded by kissing along Pilantita's neck. Pilantita's gesture conveyed a longing for a kiss, akin to someone thirsty for water. However, Princess Anel only smiled and placed kisses all over Pilantita's body, except her lips. Anel, Pilantita murmured as Princess Anel unbuttoned her shirt, revealing her warm body beneath. Please kiss me. Princess Anel chuckled softly. Pilantita had never been so open before. It was as if the platinum ring on her finger gave Princess Anel a special influence, the power of ownership, the power of security. Even Pilantita was asking for a kiss. Princess Anel pretended not to hear, but she seductively smiled as she unbuttoned the shirt completely, removing Pilantita's bra. Princess Anil traced her finger across her lips, chin, and neck before caressing her breast gently. Pilantita arched her body in response, lost in the sensation. She longed for another embrace from Princess Anil. Anil, please don't tease me, Pilantita pleaded, her voice filled with longing. Princess Anil couldn't help but affectionately laugh at Lady Pin. Finally, Princess Anil kissed Pilantita passionately. Her hand slid under Lady Pin's skirt, touching her certain spots that felt more moist and wet than ever before. Pilantita's body twitched as Princess Anil teased her core with her thumb. Princess Anil's hand caressed Pilantita's breast, while her other hand penetrated her slowly, alternating between slow and rapid thrusts. Pilantita wrapped her arms around Princess Anil's body tightly. The sound of waves mixed with soft moans filled the air. It didn't take long for Pilantita's body to tense up as she hugged Princess Anil tightly. Princess Anil smiled and whispered in Pilantita's ear, asking, Kunpen, are you still going to sleep downstairs? Anil, Lady Pin's voice trembled. The room downstairs is for Prick to sleep alone. That's it for this chapter, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow with next chapter, chapter 34.